Hello and
Proceed.
welcome. Awesome. Okay.
Now we're cooking with gas. Now, how did we do that?
I went to the link
Okay.
that you provided for me.
Well, there we go. I think we should bookmark that shit.
And it said create a hangout on air, and I clicked that.
There we go. That's awesome. I'm glad that worked.
I do too. It makes things easy. All right. So, do we want to worry about any kind of anything?
I stopped worrying about anything a long time ago.
Okay. Where do you want to start?
I'd say let's just do a little intro thing.
All right. Well, then we'll be quiet for however long.
Yeah, I'd say 5 or 10 seconds.
Okay. All right, and then I guess we'll just go into it. What do you want to talk about first?
Probably Pokemon Go, because that's the freshest thing in my head at the moment.
Okay, and we'll
I'm
just
pulling
go
up
from there.
Yeah, I'm pulling up my topic list so I don't lose track.
Yeah, I have mine out in front of me too. Okay, and just hold it for the next 30 seconds.
All right.
Hello and welcome to the Adventures of Zach and Zach. I, of course, am your host, Zach, and with me today is
Zach! The other Zach.
because it's so fairly obvious that it's just obvious.
Ain't that the truth?
We are streaming. This is our second episode.
Holy shit balls.
We actually have an episode 2 of something, of all the many things that we've tried doing. I know.
Yeah, that just never happens.
It usually doesn't. I'm kind of ADHD like that. Ooh, squirrel monkey.
Yeah, and I'm sitting over here. It's just all right, yeah, let's record something.
Well,
And
I have a delightful IPA that is being kept cold by my drunken zombie koozie, and I am ready to record. So let's do this.
all right. So, where should we start with? My obsession with the Pokemon crack, or dead air? All right.
No. I was just thinking. Let's do our intro, and then we'll do the theme song,
Okay.
and then we will. And then we'll get into it, and you can just jump into Pokemon Go.
Okay.
And then we'll just do a moment of silence, so I know where to go in and cut.
All right.
Hey, welcome to the Adventures of Zach and Zach. I am Zach.
Holy shit! I am also Zach.
We are on episode 2. That never happens.
I can't believe it.
Well, we get to an episode 2, and then I'm all like, "Ooh, squirrel monkey."
Yeah, and I guess the other guys on Dead Indicator didn't fire me, so here I am.
That's fair. Well, they haven't fired me yet, so that's usually a good test. Anyway, so before we really get started with anything, let's go ahead and play the theme song.
Woo!
Okay, so what are we going to talk about?
Holy shit, Pokemon.
Why not?
Sorry.
I know. Well, everyone's
yeah.
Let's add to this national conversation, global conversation. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to be looking at played it, still play it. It's like crack
You're
cocaine.
playing it right now, aren't you?
No, just because I'm trying to save the battery on my phone. I kind of want this episode 2 thing to happen.
Aha! Priorities.
Exactly. I'm trying to sell shit over here. I would rather make money so I could spend it on Pokeballs than waste all my Pokeballs chasing over.
Hold on. Are you telling me you have to spend real money to buy Pokeballs in the game?
You don't. Well, we'll get to that. Because, I mean, I'm going to be looking at this from the perspective of a game designer. Besides,
Okay.
yay, I can run and get a Pikachu and shit.
Okay.
Well, I mean, since we brought it up, might as well. Microtransactions are a thing. You spend real money to get fake money that you can spend on items.
Oh, so there's an exchange rate.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty standard for a mobile game. So, like, $2 or 99 cents will get you 100 Pokecoins or whatever they call them.
Yen? You mean yen? Because that's what that is. This is Pokemon, okay? So the currency in Pokemon is in yen.
No, it is not. The currency in Pokemon is in Poke Dollars.
When the fuck did that happen? When
About
did that
generation.
change?
That was Generation 2. That was back when I still had a Game Boy Color and I was little baby Zach.
I am calling bullshit. I remember playing through Gold and Silver and it was still yen.
I'm beginning to doubt my own memory at the moment. I know it, at least in X and Y, it's Poke Dollars. So.
Well, I
that's a
never
whole
played
other-
Poké Dollars, so I can't say anything about those.
But the exchange, it's basically yen, except instead of it being a Y with the 2 hash marks in the middle, it's a P. It's basically yen.
Okay.
It's just like, oh, hey, maybe not use something that's currently, so people don't realize they're spending a ridiculous amount of money on balls they throw at rats.
Basically.
But for the microtransactions, it's pretty standard, it's pretty fair. And with the in-game premium currency, you can go and buy Pokeballs and lures and all that fun shit to get that much closer to being a Pokemon master.
So you have to buy lures, let me guess, for like Magikarps?
No. Well, the way the game works is you're walking around in the real world to find Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
But there are also 2 types of locations you can find. One of them is called a Pokestop.
Okay.
Which is basically just this place that you stop, you click on it, you give it, there's an icon that you spin around, and it will give you items for free, plus a little bit of experience.
Okay.
Now, the way the lures work is you can install it on that Pokestop, and it will attract Pokemon directly to it for a half hour.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone that's playing can reap the rewards of that. The other location is, they're called gyms, and
Explain the gyms to me, because I hear people talking about gyms and stops and whatnot.
Okay, well, gyms are essentially capture points. It's a location, all the players are divided into 3 teams, and you capture these gym locations for your team. The reason this is important, which goes back to why our earlier bit of this conversation when I was talking about the microtransactions, is the more gyms that you control, that you have a Pokemon posted at, once a day you can collect Pokecoins, and I think all you get actually is Pokecoins. But once a day you can get some premium currency, so you don't actually...
some convoluted means of King of the Hill where you control a stop or a gym.
A gym,
and
yeah.
you get paid for it.
Yep. Now, they don't really explain it that well in the game.
Okay, now how do the teams factor into this? If the team is controlling a gym, then anyone from that team can have a Pokemon on that gym collecting? Is that what's going on there?
Okay, so gyms have levels. They have a prestige level. So if a Pokemon gym is level 2, you can have 2 Pokemon on that gym. If it's level 7, you can have 7 Pokemon on that gym. And the higher the level and the more Pokemon on that gym, the harder it is for other players to take it over.
Okay. And you can have multiple people have Pokemon on the higher level gyms?
Yep. Because each player can only have 1 Pokemon per gym. So that's where the teamwork part comes in.
Got you.
Like, I have a gym right outside my apartment that yesterday was level 9, and it was for an opposing team, and I just kind of looked at it and went, nah, fuck that, not messing with it.
But you have enemy territory right outside your door. How can you let that stand?
Well, I'm also an insomniac, so what I usually do is wait until 3, 4 in the morning. Then I'll go on a little walk around town and take over all the gyms and just cash in my payout immediately. And I don't care if I'm holding them anymore because I got my money.
You dirty rapscallion.
Well, I'm also like one of 3 people on my team in this town. Everyone else is on one of the other teams.
Have you encountered a roaming Pokemon horde yet? Have you heard about these?
I actually have a very funny story about that. The first Saturday after launch, it was 2 in the morning, and I was thinking, maybe I'll go to bed. But I'll see if there's any Pokemon hanging out in my living room, because I've had surprisingly good luck with that.
Okay.
So I open it up, I see 2 lures on 2 Pokestops on the corner of my block. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to walk down there and see what's going on. 20 people just hanging out in this library parking lot, just catching Pokemon and collecting items.
All right, so describe what you saw. Were they just in their cars on their phones? Were they standing outside their cars?
Oh, everyone was outside and talking and joking. It's basically what you would expect from like a bar scene where it's a friendly bar, except no one's drinking and everyone's also staring at their phones.
Okay. What time was this?
2:30 in the morning.
So at 2:30 in the morning, there are 10 individuals just hanging out. 20 individuals hanging out in the parking lot of a library. Was it a public library?
Yeah.
Okay. I imagine it's closed, but hanging out in the public library, just hanging and chilling and catching Pokemon on their phone.
Yeah, and just talking about everything they found and what catches they got and giving new players some tips. So I walk up on this, and I know a few of these people from around town, and we're all chatting and having a good time. Then my dad walks up on this, and he starts talking and having a good time.
Wait a minute, hold on. Now we're talking about family ties, familial ties. You're telling me your father plays Pokemon Go?
Yes, sir, he does, and it's partially my fault. He's a major factor as to why I'm the way I am today.
How into new nerdy things is your father? There's a difference.
Well, I mean, he gets Pokemon because I played Pokemon back when I was 10 years old.
Okay. Pokemon's old enough, that's fair.
Yeah, I was going to say, so he's played through the first generation and stuff too because he thought it was interesting. And with this, it's like, well, I know what these things are. I get the general idea, and it gets me out of the house, so I'm going to do it.
Okay.
And he has actually surpassed my trainer and all that fun stuff, but regardless...
Sure, he has time.
No, not really. Me and him, for my computer business, he's my partner and my coworker. No, we both own a 50% share, so we're both working all the time.
Oh, okay.
but he doesn't have a baby to take care of like
Well,
me, so
that's
I think
true.
that helps. But we're not even getting to the good part of the story yet.
Okay, please continue. Don't let me hold you up.
The cops roll up. And they're like, get out of the car, walk up to this group of 22 people now, one of them almost 50 years old. He's like, okay, what the hell are you guys doing here? And there's just a chorus of people going, Pokemon. And the cop laughs. He's like, yeah, I kind of figured all the old people on this block have been calling and complaining to the station for a solid half hour because they thought you were a gang.
All right, so I want to point this out real fast. We have official confirmation that Pokemon Go has made it safer for gangs to be out in the middle of the night. Because they have the perfect excuse. Cop walks up on them and he goes, what's going on here? And all they have to say is Pokemon. So long as no one's stupid, officially, that gang is getting away with something.
Well, here's the final like cherry on top. My dad's the police commissioner.
What?
Yeah.
Your dad works in computers and is the police commissioner.
This is correct.
Kind of one horse, half a horse kind of town you come from, boy.
Well, it's a population of under 2,000 people.
Okay.
And half of them are related to me. So.
Man, I moved away from my hometown for that very reason.
Yeah, I just ended up moving back like a year ago because it's cheaper. It's so much cheaper.
Meh. So.
But, I mean, we're also a farm town, so really there's not going to be a giant gang of people running around doing anything.
You don't know. You don't know. There might be,
I do.
You don't know. There might be like 4 individuals that are the children of the corn gang or something.
Well, I made the joke to Dad that, there could be people selling weed all over this town. And as long as they're dicking around on their phones, no one's going to pay attention.
Right. Right. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It is ultimately easier for gang or anyone, really. He just goes out with his group of like 5 friends. If people show up and hang out for like 10 minutes and then leave, no one's going to think about it because all they have to say is, oh, Pokemon. And people are going to be like, oh, well, okay. Now, let me take this a little bit further because this is not the only game that's going to be released like this.
Well, there's already a game that's been released that's similar by the same people, so.
Which one is that?
It's called Ingress.
I didn't hear about that one.
It came out in like 2011, I think.
Okay.
And it's the same sort of idea, except it's much more sci-fi, cyberpunk.
Interesting.
Story.
I might have to check that one out.
And yeah, it's from mechanics-wise, it's a much simpler game. It's also, well, for the most part, it's different enough from Pokemon Go that it's kind of unfair to compare them, except for the fact that they use the same location data for the portals, which are all capture points and ingress, and Pokestops and gyms.
So everyone's
They're
going
all
to
in
the same place.
Yep.
So,
and as a person
really
who plays both,
the cops have to get smart enough to go, well, here's our map of all of these portals and locations of where people go to play Pokemon Go or Ingress, or as I was reading in Blomberg, Animal Crossing is going to get its own game like this.
No shit. Yeah. Oh, I would play the hell out of that.
Animal Crossing.
It's fun. It's dorky, but it's fun.
So you're going to have all these spots where people are just going to show up and be, and the cops are just going to have to figure out the map.
Yeah, the cops are just going to have to know.
It's just the gaming company is just going to have to like send localized area maps to everyone so that they know, just so they know. They're like, oh well, I need to go over here. This is a portal.
I'm pretty sure that that the portal maps or whatever, the location maps for these games are publicly accessible, specifically for that reason.
You know what this means? Japan is no longer 40% cooler than us. Why? Because they took 10% and they molded the world in 10% closer to who they are.
Well, you know what's funny? The people that made this are from California.
I don't care. This is a very Japanese thing.
True, but Niantic, the company, is actually a group of people that broke off from Google.
Really?
Yeah. So Ingress was actually kind of a subtle ploy for Google Maps to get more data.
Makes sense.
And then
they did what everyone else is being successful right now did. They're like, well, let's take this great idea and we're going to pay some money to this other larger company and we're going to skin it with something everyone recognizes. Oh, look, it's Pokemon.
Now, to be fair, there are enough differences between the games.
Oh, I'm sure. There was, 4 or 5 years in between different games coming out?
Well, yeah.
It's enough for them to go through and rewrite some new code.
Yeah, but like for Pokemon, the actual Pokemon pop up everywhere. Literally everywhere. So, you know, your moment-to-moment walking around is a bit more interesting than, okay, I captured this portal and threw down some defense items. Now I need to walk my happy ass halfway across town to go to this portal and try to connect them.
Fair enough. I gotta say, I know I went to LARP last night and I was at LARP. I know there was a couple of people who just had their phones charging. I mean, they were constantly checking their phones, but they left them in the main room. They were plugged into wall outlets, all charging because they were doing something else, and a lot of the phones had needed to be charged because they've been playing Pokemon. They've been walking around earlier in the night playing Pokemon, walking around campus at Millikan, taking over all the spots, all the gyms, because there was like 5 on the Millikan campus alone.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. That's more than what I have in my tiny ass little town, by the way. We only have 4 gyms here. So
fair enough. Yeah, I think they said there were 5. I might be wrong. I don't know. If anyone who goes to Millikan that plays Pokemon Go that listens to this, you could always
like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. You could always send us an email telling us we're wrong at tabletopmagi@gmail.com or writermonkey@gmail.com.
Yeah, I mean, or hell, just blast it on Facebook pages. You guys are idiots. There's like 4 gyms and 6 Pokestops and like 50 bajillion Dragonites. And
apparently Sandslash.
Really?
Yeah, apparently Sandslash is the Pokemon that you can find in Decatur that you really can't in Springfield.
Well, I'm gonna have to visit Decatur.
Because I was talking to friends of mine, Chris and Angela from Rusted Icon, and they had been chasing a Sandslash all day. Because they came over early to drive around Decatur and play Pokemon Go and see a movie, and then they showed up and they peddled their wares because Rusted Icon does purling art and they do a lot of different stuff. But they had came in with like purling buttons of Pokeballs, and they came in with with team stickers for cars for a Mystic Valor.
Yeah, I saw that they had those on Facebook, and I'm like, ooh, I want one.
Yeah, they were talking to a couple of people last night about getting some new original stuff. One guy wanted a smaller one for Team Valor because he wanted it for the back of his phone.
Right on.
So
yeah, I need to get in touch with those guys again. I haven't seen them since Heroicon. They were pretty cool.
You say that like it wasn't only just a couple of months ago.
Dude, I'm raising a 7-month-old. It feels like a year ago.
Fair enough. Okay, I won't smash on any more toes.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you get locked up in your place taking care of a kid with very little adult interaction, and it just feels like forever.
I drove a bus. I understand. Anyway, so I have a Heroicon meeting on the 27th of this month.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know how awesome that is? I legitimately have time to be able to go and talk and argue with people about what we're going to do for Heroicon.
I got invited to that meeting. I don't know if you know that.
No, I think I saw that. That's okay. I invited my buddy Dab, who is the head ST for the Milliken Vampire LARP, but he just recently moved to Wisconsin for a new job. So, yeah. Motherfucker.
I really want to go just so I can A, see what happens behind the scenes, and B, maybe
give me and Steve some time. We'll see what we can do. It may not stay at a restaurant. It is the first time.
Oh yeah.
It may not stay.
Oh, I don't care about the location. I'm just more, behind the scenes at a con. I'm not 100% sure exactly what that all entails.
Oh.
I've only ran a booth.
Typically that involves us going, well, this would be awesome, and then someone else going, yeah, but it costs this much to do, and someone else going, we can't afford that.
Oh, so it's the argument I have with myself when I'm designing games. Got it.
Yeah.
This would be great. I don't have the time or money to put that in. Well, shit.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what that's like. So, it'll be interesting. It'll be good. I know we're going to have people we'll have people show up, and they're local. We'll have people show up maybe digitally, just so they can talk to us and give us their thoughts and whatnot.
All right.
We want to try to do stuff next year, do more stuff, see what we can afford, so forth.
Yeah, well, I plan on running an event next year, but I kind of want to make sure I can clear it with everyone because what I have planned is a multi-day thing.
Well, see, what I want to do is I want to try to, because we have so many people that are game developers and artists. At least we did the first year. We had quite a few artists the first year.
Yeah, we did.
And I want to try to get up an area that's like an artist alley / game developer section, so we could keep them separate from the area where everyone is, has like the purling art set up. And, that may be something that doesn't necessarily happen.
Yeah, that would be kind of rough just because of the number of vendors that we had the past couple years. And to be honest,
it may be something where we just separate out the game designers and the people that bring games so that they have tables outside the vendor area. So that means we can have more vendors. Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of what I was going for, because the issue I had this year is it was just me. I didn't get help like I did last year. And people are like, oh, well, how do we play this game? I'm like, I want to show you, but I can't because otherwise I'm not going to make money. But I mean, with like as a game developer, being with the people that had done purling art, that had all the various different booths. Like I was right across from a game store booth. We had Comics Underground over there. We had Rusted Icon. I got in pretty good with them. But they've all been very helpful with getting the word out about my game and the games that I have coming out. So, I mean, on the one hand, I see where you're coming from there. On the other hand, it's possible that designers like me might miss out on some networking opportunities.
Fair enough. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and stop for a moment and give a shout out to Wilson Paulo Bueno. I hope I pronounced that name right. He's currently listening to us yammer on live.
Oh, you poor bastard.
So you, sir, officially get to receive...
Super fan.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say this. He gets 5 million spaceship points. When he gets...
Fantastic.
When he reaches 1 billion, he can have one wicked hell of a battleship. A starship.
Oh,
so
man.
Keep track of those spaceship points. It'll be worth something someday.
Tell you what. How about you, sir, just email me at writermonkeygames@gmail.com, and I'll hook you up with the demo of my single-player tabletop RPG that I'm working on. And then you can tell me how shit it is.
Hey, well, we always accept people that want to demo Applebee's shit. I mean, really.
Yes.
Anytime.
Yes, please take it for the love of God.
So I LARPed last night. That was fun. That was interesting. The problem that we're facing right now is there's a national story plot going on. For the last 2 months, it has been raining nonstop. Decatur is flooded in game.
Okay.
It only this week stopped raining, and everyone is trying to pump out all their havens and everything. Now, here's the big middle finger about the whole thing.
Okay.
It's a national plot that's going on. It's affecting our region in a certain way with the rain. We, as a game, can't do dick to affect it or to stop it or anything. There is nothing we could do. Part of that is because we have players that are too new and have characters that are too young. They don't have the experience or the pool or anything. Part of that is the fact that apparently we just don't have the right kind of people playing the right kind of characters to be able to walk up and go, over, done with. I'm out of here. This is done. Goodbye.
You know, what you guys should do is have the older players like get a whole bunch of the cheap water wings from like Walmart or something and just hand it out to the young ones. We know that you've just come about, so here.
There was a lot of that. One of the older guys was having people on his secondary haven, which was a yacht.
Okay.
I stayed in my Archbishop's super science tower, which wasn't flooded at all because super science.
Okay.
Although, to be fair, that personality of my character was working on learning everything it could about discovering a were-frog egg. I don't know. I work on lots of weird things, so you know, I peddle blood to vampires for money, for in-game money. I drug the local city and other various cities and provinces in the area because I can. You know, I'm like Scarecrow, only I'm not limited to just fear. Like, you're going to have the time of your life tonight, and then your penis will explode.
I feel great. I feel great. This is amazing. Pop.
Yeah. Yeah, shit like that. I make drugs. Hey. My character makes that personality makes drugs. Dr. Kilroy makes drugs and is working on trying to get everyone in the Vampire LARP addicted to his drugs, so he will be rolling in the money. Honest to God, my goal with the Dr. Kilroy character is to turn him into a national plot. Where I literally have to hand my character over and go, well, boys, this is what he would do, this is what he's planning on doing, and this is what he has done.
Have fun.
Go. I will be stepping out, not playing for the next year, and then I will step in and play again because I know way too much about what's going on.
Jeez. That would be insane.
I know, right? Goals. It's all about goals. Priorities. Unfortunately, my priorities are not stacked where I could make that happen. Because, I have work and school and a lovely, lovely, beautiful fiance.
Yeah. Kind of puts a damper on the game playing. Trust me, I know. Totally worth it, though.
Speaking of dampers on gameplay, when are we gonna get to play this this record and play with Noah and Evan and them?
I don't know. I'm like, okay, well, let's make this happen.
Did you see my message? Did you see my message yesterday?
I didn't, because I was dealing with a bunch of work stuff yesterday.
Oh, okay. I would like to bring Brittany and Jason, who played in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game at Heroicon Sunday. In.
Okay.
I figured if we get at least 2 more people involved, then we could actually play, and if somebody doesn't show up, because I may not be able to show up once school starts.
Yeah. And I might have a day where I'm just bogged down with work and contract stuff, and yeah. I think I've met them for all of 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, they're good people. I hooked up with them Friday night while I went to go see Raiders of the Lost Ark in theaters, and we'll get to that. But
yeah, we better, because I'm jealous.
You should be. It's Raiders. But yeah, I mean, I know Noah is working on his new life goal. Him and Megan are getting pretty serious. So, more. I'm happy for him. More power to him. But I know how much that involves and how much focus that takes.
Oh, good God, yeah.
So,
and also, shout out to Noah. That is a beautiful shitter that you were working on this week.
His bathroom? Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, he did a really good job.
Especially considering the before picture looked like he might have, you could have stepped in someplace and fell through the floor.
And honestly, if you flip-flopped the before and after pictures, that's what it'd look like if I was to try and fix a bathroom. So good on you, Noah.
He's pretty handy. So yeah, no, my idea is to get a couple more people involved. What I'd really like to do is, if we were to record it over at their place, because they have a nice, place. They have a large television screen that we could get you displayed on, or
fantastic
maps on, or whatever.
Or both.
Jason has a wonderful setup, computer-wise. I figure we could use him as some kind of engineer or something for it. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm always of the opinion the more the merrier until you hit about 10 people and they're all wanting to play at once, in which case it just gets nuts.
I require a minimum of 3 people to play besides myself. 3 people have to be sitting at the table.
Yeah, 3 players. I'm right there with you.
Yeah. 2 players is just nothing, and 1 player you shouldn't run a tabletop game thing longer than an hour with a single player. You run out of things to do in over an hour.
Unless you're both doing cocaine, in which case you're just like, whatever, let's just do the whole module.
Right. Well, I mean, there's that. But it's not Christmas, nor is it New Year's. So there's no cocaine. But yeah, I want to get them involved and see if we can't actually get this thing going. The way we wanted to do it was the format essentially once a month we get together, we throw characters together, we run through a game, and that would create an entire month's worth of weekly content. We just break it down to a couple of hours a week, put it out there, bing, bang, boom.
So naturally, for the past 2 months, we haven't done jack shit.
Haven't done anything. We almost were able to do something, and then Evan switched to nights, so we had to switch when we were going to do it.
Yeah.
And then we tried doing it again, and Noah was fixing his bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, real life responsibilities do have to come first.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to actually getting this kind of going, because I think weekly content is good.
I am seriously considering not doing the first running.
Okay.
So I might talk to Jason, see if he'd be interested in doing something. I know he has the Fate books. He might be interested in doing the Dresden Files instead of myself.
Okay.
If he's actually run the Fate style, I mean, I'm adept enough at it to play. However, he would probably play rings around me if I were to DM, if he's actually run and played multiple times.
Yeah, well, worst comes to worst, my campaign is ready to go at any time as long as we don't have more than 5 players.
Fair enough. And we might just have you do up to bat first.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a little boring story-wise because I'm going to run through a pre-baked module. But the way that it gets played is what's going to make it interesting. So
That's fair. That's fair. Well, that's the end of my rant. What do you got? I've been rambling. What do you have? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I'm apparently having a couple of guest stars come up in the near-ish future, like in the next 10-15 minutes.
Oh, fun.
So
we'll see if they show up.
They'll show up.
I'm not holding my breath.
They'll show up. Because they need to give me wedding pictures and stuff from their wedding. Not mine. But I was an usher, and they're like, hey, pictures! And you're a friend, so have all the pictures. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Fair enough.
And that way they also have a backup in case something terrible happens.
Yeah, that's true.
So everybody wins.
Okay. So,
and also, the young lady of the couple is the co-creator of the whole Dark Watch
that
story.
would be interesting.
Yeah, so at some point, I would like to hash out a time with her so we could sit down and record a little something, just talking about Dark Watch, future plans for Dark Watch, me basically filling her in on future plans for Dark Watch.
For anyone listening, I want to just stop Zach here because he's not talking about the PlayStation 2, like Western neopunk supernatural video game by the same name.
Which, by the way, I totally didn't know was a thing.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know it was a thing before I started Dark Watch. I'm almost at the end of the first season of the serial novel, and it's like, oh, fuck. I'm gonna get sued. Probably not, but...
There is more than one thing that's called Dark Watch.
Yeah. And
So
it's
all
relatively
about
common.
tagline. Dark Watch, and then you just add a tagline that's different than everyone else's, and you'll be fine. It'll be okay. However,
Yeah,
seriously, the PlayStation 2 video game is fucking sweet.
that's what I've been hearing. I'm looking to hunt it down so I can actually play it, and just hope to God that's not super similar.
I had it at one point. I don't know. One of the things
I'll find it.
One of the things in the video game that's pretty standard is the guns all have melee. They have built-in melee attachments, so it's not just like you don't just have a blunderbuss. It's a blunderbuss great axe.
That's
Or
awesome.
your rifle or your shotgun has a big knife or sword on it.
Okay, I could get behind
your
that.
pistols all have like knives in the bottom of the barrels. If you look up the artwork, it'll show you. It's pretty freaking sweet.
Yeah, all I've seen is the cover art so far. Because I want to get my hands on it and look at it fresh, and also I should probably at least read the general synopsis so I'm certain that it's nowhere near similar to my Dark Watch.
No, it's very supernatural, old westy, like zombies and whatnot.
Okay, so I'm batting a 33% on originality. I don't have Old West. Let's see, I have a vampire, and there's supernatural. Vampires and werewolves do exist in the story. Zombies are actually going to be coming up in the novel itself. But it also throws some weird X-Men stuff in there. Like the Dark Watch Institute is a secret organization fighting against the end of the world. And yes, I am knowledgeable enough now to realize that the title of the video game Dark Watch by Capcom is the title of an organization fighting in secrecy to protect the world from, I think, vampires. But that's a common trope. That one I'm letting slide.
Fair enough.
But I don't know. From what I've gleaned, it's different enough. I just hope that I'm right.
We'll see.
Because, yeah, well, worst comes to worst, I have to change the title. I can actually manage that, so. Meh. It's not like I'm selling it yet. Oh, shit. Actually, I'm wrong. I'm totally selling the pre-orders for the tabletop games.
I thought you were selling it.
Never mind. I forgot about
fine.
that because no one's bought it yet. Well, I also barely advertised it. I've been super busy with adult grown-up work.
Fair enough. Adult things happen. They need to happen.
Yeah. Otherwise, I can't do the fun things.
Right. So what else you got for me? What else is on your mind?
Last night, I had my 10-year high school reunion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was good to see a lot of the people that I saw again.
Right.
But we all ended up at different bars. And we all kept like playing musical chairs with these bars, trying to find each other. And then eventually I got tired and just went home and went to bed.
For me, when I went to my 10-year anniversary, one of the girls I graduated with actually owned the bar in my hometown. So she hosted. We all showed up and had drinks and pizza. And of course, it's Pawnee, so drinks were ridiculously cheap.
Yeah.
I think we spent maybe $100. And that was us drinking, and we had bought a couple of pizzas, and I just started handing out shots at one point. I'm like, come on, come over here, we're doing these shots. Of course, and because my father was kind enough, he picked us up and drove us back into Springfield where we had our hotel room. and we were right there next to downtown, so we walked downtown and had a couple of drinks. And then on our way back, we were walking back, and of course, most of the bars are closed. Some of them are still open, the 3 o'clockers. And sure enough, here's this guy. He's like, "You want to drink a Patron? You want a shot of Patron?" I was like, "What? We're drunk. We're drunk at this point." So he's like, "You want some Patron?" And it's like, "Sure, I'll take a shot of Patron." So we spent another like hour and a half talking with these 3 crazy people. And they weren't that crazy, but they, but we were all passing around this bottle of what we came to call street Patron. We're like, we're drunk. It's late. I don't care. This is an all right conversation. We're gonna sit here and drink this booze with you.
Well, I showed up at the bar last night, and literally everyone, they're all like, "Hey!" Because I couldn't show up till a few hours later because the wife wasn't home from work yet,
Right.
and need to have someone take care of the baby. Couldn't find a babysitter, so And half of the people immediately knew exactly what was going on in my life with the games business. I'm like, cool. Tell your friends or buy something. No one realized I had a real job.
That's funny.
Which was kind of funny. And I'm like, okay, so you're out in California and you know that I make games. Tell some people in California there's money in California.
There is, there's not water, but there is money.
It's just kind of weird. And then another guy's, I swear to God, this kid was the biggest stoner I knew back in high school. And I'm like, so what are you doing? I'm a nuclear project engineer. I have an official title, so it's my name, comma, title. I went, oh shit, okay. Yeah, because in high school, last time I saw him, he's like, yeah, I'm going to be a mechanic. He's like, yeah, so I was a mechanic for a while, and then I was a boilermaker, and then I decided, fuck it, and went to engineering school.
In 10 years.
Yeah. And
Overachieving bastard.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here, I'm like, how? He's like, I don't know, I just got drunk and stoned for 3 years, and I had an engineering degree.
Wow. I'm jealous. I am.
I was impressed. I was very impressed. Cool guy. And, I'm totally happy for him, even though I am extremely jealous.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm pulling in like $300,000 a year.
Dirty rat bastard. Buy my game. You owe me $20.
Now, it turns out he actually has bought my game and pre-ordered my other 2 games.
Okay. So then he's safe.
Yeah, I have no problem with him. But he's just going to tell everyone that he meets that I'm the guy that made Pokemon Go. He's like, yeah, you do the games thing. I'll just say you made Pokemon Go, get you laid at parties. I'm like, A, I live nowhere near you. B, I'm married. C, well, just have them buy my games. I don't care about Yeah, but turns out that him and his coworkers are a fan of Office Dungeon, which is kind of cool.
That's good.
My world domination plan is slowly but surely moving forward.
Okay. Don't say anything yet. It won't come true.
Oh, but I gotta follow the rules of the evil overlord. I gotta gloat before I'm supposed to, before I secure victory. I gotta make sure that the infant son of my longtime enemy grows up so he can face me in single combat. There's rules, man.
There are rules. No, you're right. But listen,
otherwise, it's not fair.
Listen, I don't have a kid yet, so don't be telling me any plans as of yet. Okay?
Well, damn, I was gonna have you hop on board the hype train for Rider Monkey. And
What? What? No, okay. That's dumb.
It has no brakes. The hype train has no brakes. Yeah. On a serious note, I have gotten some feedback from my single player RPG.
Oh, yeah? What's it say?
It's not good.
Uh,
I mean, it's also it's the very first put it all together, see what people think. So I kind of expected it. But I'm toying with the idea of dialing back development on that a little bit and focusing more on its sister game, because the mechanics for that one are solid. It's just a matter of working on the rule set.
fair enough. Well, you got to work where the interest is.
Yeah, and I'd rather get a demo out for that sooner than later, because that's the game that I'm wanting to have the event for, because it is designed for more than one person to play. So I could have like a whole Heroicon weekend where I just have like a few 5-hour slots where it's just people going head to head with their squads.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, everyone that won, all your squads are getting deployed on this end of the big table. Everyone that lost, you're playing as bad guys. These guys have to defend an objective. Go nuts.
I will look forward to this event next year.
Yeah, but in order for me to get this event going next year, I have to finish the core rule book. So
Yeah.
just financially, it's a smarter move for me to focus more on this. And a lot of the mechanics between Tactical Response, the multiplayer game, and Shadow Marshal, the single player RPG, a lot of them cross over, including character creation and such.
So what you're saying is that Shadow Marshal just at one point become a treatise for the tactical game, so you could actually just play Shadow Marshal in tactical. That's what I'm hearing. That honestly.
Not quite, but the way the official campaigns are going to work, for the first campaign of each game, Shadow Marshal takes place first, and then it kind of ends with this cliffhanger. You defeat the final boss of the campaign, and you're stuck in this area with whatever decisions you made. And then the start of the official Tactical Response campaign is... I should probably explain Tactical Response a little bit so people aren't like, okay, what? In Tactical Response, you, the player, is an administrator of a Darkwatch Institute cell. So you have your own base, you upgrade your base, you field squads into combat, and that's the gist of it. There's some of the mechanics are heavily inspired by the computer game XCOM. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but
not as much now.
Okay. Final Fantasy Tactics?
Yeah, no. I know enough about Final Fantasy Tactics.
Okay. Well, think Warhammer if you only controlled 4 characters and it was a D20 based system.
Right.
The point is, in combat, you don't control one character, you control a squad of characters. And it's a tactical combat. You have player phase, enemy phase. If there's more than one player going on, each player rolls for initiative, and when their turn comes up, they can move all of their characters and do their stuff.
It sounds like it needs to be more of a heavy story-based board game than anything else.
Again, it's one of those things you would just have to play it, and you'll have a better idea.
Okay.
Because it completely works as a tabletop RPG. This is something I've beta tested for a year now, mechanics-wise, and it works. I'm just putting the Darkwatch skin on it.
Interesting.
But I mean, the way the combat works, you could play it like Warhammer, where it's like, okay, you guys have this amount of base points, this amount of squad points, put your stuff together, your squad versus his squad, go.
Okay.
In the campaign, there's, a DM that controls the enemy units. If there's a lot of players, I actually recommend 2 DMs.
Interesting.
And just because if there's one player with a squad of 4 people, you could be looking at 8 to 10 enemy units on the field in the combat portion. If there's 4 players with 4 units in their squad, that number could increase to like 30 to 50.
Okay.
So, having an extra set of DM hands comes in handy.
I get it. No, I do.
But yeah, I mean, this is also, at this point, the campaign stuff is more spitballing than anything else. But regardless, storyline-wise, Shadow Marshal ends, and your character is trapped. Tactical response begins, and your squads are sent into this location to locate and extract the Shadow Marshal character.
Okay.
And it's basically set up, it's going to be set up as, okay, it doesn't matter what sort of decisions the Shadow Marshal themselves made. You're as a player of tactical response, you have no idea. It's just, this is going to deliver a MacGuffin to the players to kick off the plot of the tactical response campaign.
Okay. I get it. I understand. I'm there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and the game itself it's super complicated. It's not like D&D is colloquial enough that everyone kind of gets the gist of the D20 system.
Right.
But
well, hell,
this
3.5 was open gaming license.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've ran into the D20 system everywhere. Computer gamers use the D20 system all the time back in the mid to late 90s on like Baldur's Gate and Forgotten Realms and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But this is a little bit more complicated. Still D20 based, but there's a lot more going on. There's cover, there's armor values, there's multiple branching skill trees for each and every one of your squaddies.
Well, it sounds like it'll be interesting when you finally get it completed.
Yeah, well, right now, each individual squad member has two classes, essentially. There's their military class, which determines what weapons they can use and stuff, and then there's their anomaly class, which is special powers and whatnot. Hey, my special guests finally showed up.
Well, then, it's about time.
Yeah, we might pause on the Dark Watch stuff here. Sorry to the one guy listening live.
I don't know about pausing. I'll tell you what, why don't we switch what we're talking about, and I will just go ahead and start talking about Raiders of the Lost Ark in theaters.
Okay, you might be monologuing for a second here.
Okay, well, let me tell my story. So, here in Decatur, Illinois, we have what we like to call a grindhouse, which is an independent theater called the Lincoln Square Theater. And for the last 6 months, really since the beginning of January, they've been trying to do more and more events there. Last Friday, they showed Raiders of the Lost Ark on the big screen, which is awesome. Fairly certain it was 35 millimeter copy. I might be wrong. It might just be a DVD player and a projector. However, I showed up. I paid my $5 to get in. That's right. If you're in the area and you're listening to this, it is only $5 to see things that you wanted to see in theaters anyway, especially if you're under a certain age. If you're over a certain age, you've probably already seen it. So I show up, pay my $5, I put my money down, I get my can of Surge, and I go in and I have my candy, and I'm eating on my candy, drinking on my Surge, watching the film that is just awesome. It's amazing. It's the movie we've all seen, but it's just so fun to watch on this big, ginormous theater screen. All this surround sound going on. You could really, you know, the scenes with the snakes and how you could see the reflection of the light in the plastic that they had set in between Harrison Ford and the snake. You're looking at it and you go, I know that that's a mistake, but I don't care because it looks beautiful. That's where I was Friday night. Of course, I got to hook up with Jason and Brittany afterwards. We went and hung out at their place. We had some drinks. We ended up playing Codenames, which is a board game where you have two teams, and you set out a board of 5x5 tiles in a square, and then the captain of the teams has to go through and can't say the words that are on the boards in the board, but has to try to give descriptors, and they're only allowed to say one word and one number, and it has to be like a proper noun or something. So like we had snow and Alps, and the example that they shared with us for the game was they would say winter 2. So based on winter 2 or white 2, we had to guess either snow or Alps. Obviously, that's an easy one. One of the things they did last night was we had the word link. So somebody was like, you should, what did he say? It was chain 1, which they guessed link on that. Someone else was like, you should have said Zelda. And then, there was a moment where we were all just like, that would have been too easy. Everyone would have known what he meant. But it was fun. I enjoyed myself. Jason and Brittany, thank you for having me over if you're listening to this. God, I LARPed last night, which was a good time. I finished listening to the graphic audio stuff for the DC novels. Graphic audio is a fun thing. If you listen to audiobooks, you should probably check them out. You can get quite a few of their works through completely legitimate means if you look hard enough. And the big difference between graphic audio novels and regular audiobooks is the fact that graphic audio, they produce their content a little bit more, so it's more like audio plays. So there's music playing in the background. There's sound effects in the background. I was very fortunate. The first thing of graphic audios that I was able to do was I listened to the Deathstalker series. I listened to all their books, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And part of that, I believe, is because I listened to the graphic audio productions of the stories. Because not only did they have a full ensemble cast doing full voice workups for all the characters, so you're able to keep track of who's who. But there's sound effects, which Deathstalker is like this high fantasy, very Dune-esque science fiction kind of series. It's by Simon R. Green. I recommend it. It's awesome. It's pulpy. It's very 1920s, 1950s science fiction. It's great. it's popcorn. You're not going to change the way you see life based on reading or listening to these books. However, it's great. I like it, and then of course, like I said, I just finished the DC stuff, which is cool. The DC stuff that they have, some of it's connected, some of it's not connected. I just finished up. It's Superman, which was an interesting story about Superman back during the 1930s. With the Great Depression going on and everything setting up for World War II. Lex Luthor is an alderman in New York. It has a very classic style Lex Luthor because he's the white redhead sort of person. And by the time he and Superman meets, he's shaved his head. So, but it's interesting. The one before that I listened to was Wayne of Gotham, and that particular story takes place in a future of Batman, where he's finding out about all the dirty little secrets of his father, and Batman is wearing like a enhancing suit. He's gotten old. The Joker is old in it. It's really quite interesting, but has nothing to do with any of the other stories that they've produced, or at least it's not connected to any of the other stories. Man, I really hate rambling and talking one-sided. Let's see. Played Code Names, which is a board game, which is awesome. If you guys are in the area and would like to go visit the Lincoln Square Theater, you can always go to www.lincolnsquaretheater.com to see what they're playing. Next week, I believe they're playing Creature from the Black Lagoon in 3D, which will be fun. I'll have to see if I can't get red and blue 3D glasses for the event. What else?
Doing nursery because I don't need it.
Hey,
you're back.
Yeah, sorry. He's just rambling. I have to save him. Okay.
I've run out of stuff. I ran out of stuff to say.
Yeah, I noticed. Okay, so Zach, these are my friends Matt and Kitty.
Hi,
Say hi.
everybody.
Hello.
I do not know how well you can hear us.
I can hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Why don't we get a shout out from, you say Kitty?
Yep. And Matt.
And Matt. Well, why don't we get Kitty say something first?
Hi.
Hi. And Matt?
Hi.
We can hear you just fine, guys.
Welcome to the internet.
Yes, welcome to the internet. All right, so from what I understand, Kitty, you helped Zach co-write the Dark Watch stuff you guys have been working on, or he's been working on.
Yes, that is true. Several years ago, but yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is something he's pulling out from his back pocket.
A little bit.
A little bit.
No shame.
Got you. I got you. So how much, from what you've talked with him about, how much has he had to change?
Are you talking from day one or since we last posted something? Because
Well, I'm talking about from years ago when you guys worked on it to now. When I assume when he started recently working on it again.
I haven't changed
yeah, not much has changed as much as just kind of rehashed
Okay.
a lot of the original bringing back to life resuscitation.
Fair enough.
Stories.
CPR, trying to make money.
Clear! Damn it, the golden paddles didn't work. Okay. Well, is there anything you'd like to tell me about Dark Watch, Kitty?
As far as that's a loaded question, bro. There's a lot of like what are you? most interested in, like the story, the characters, the process. What kind of?
Why don't you tell me what you think about him turning it into tabletop? Was that what it was intended to be originally?
Oh no, no! This was intended to be a prequel for his novel. So you come leaps and bounds from there.
Hey, novels.
still going to be a
Stories
prequel
come in a
to
lot
the
of
novel.
forms.
Yeah, so yeah, it's from that point. But tabletop is a great move for it. I mean, it transitions well because it's customizable. You can add in your own characters easily, even if you want to do D&D style, you know. But if you're going cards game style, it's flexible. Is what's good about it, you know, because we have our own universe built, and yeah, you can add whatever you want.
Fair
And
enough.
I should make a note now that she's not 100% sure what the games are yet. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, he took a PDF of the original plan like a year ago.
yeah, well, I also sent you one not too long ago, I don't think. It's the same one that's available for my Patreon people, but it's single player, choose your own adventure style, tabletop. And then I have another game
Oh boy.
that is squad-based combat. You are an administrator of a Dark Watch facility. You send out collection teams.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I can see you can add your own players and
Yeah.
definitely, yeah, flexible that way.
Yeah. Gameplay-wise, we're looking at a tabletop XCOM, if that helps you guys.
I know what that is.
Well, at least somebody does.
Yeah, I tried to explain that to him. He's like, no, I don't know. I'm like, okay, how about Final Fantasy Tactics? Kinda.
Fire Emblem?
Sorry, guys.
Right now.
Yeah, he's heavier on the tabletop side of things than the video game side of things.
Yeah, no. All references my fiance would have gotten, though.
Yeah, just ask her. She'll understand. When you say, hey, that other Zach is making a tabletop XCOM game, she might lose her shit.
Maybe. She is a fan of the RPGs. Anything where she can walk around and loot everything, really.
Yeah.
So, was there anything else you wanted to talk about besides Dark Watch? Is there anything... We have 2 new people. Is there anything you guys want to talk about?
Literally anything. Literally anything. We don't care on this show.
Kind of don't. Although I am starting to get a little rumbly in my tumbly.
We don't really podcast, so.
Well, congratulations. You've
Stop by to
officially
drop off wedding
podcasted now.
We're not podcasted. Oh.
Fair enough. You guys don't feel like you have to contribute.
Yeah. Don't worry. This is just being broadcast live to the internet right now. No, I'm not lying.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Only one person is listening. It's okay.
Yep. That's how it works.
Again, you're awesome.
Yeah, you're getting a free demo of Shadow Marshal. I promise.
Anyway, is there anything else you're wanting to talk about, Appleby?
You know me. I could talk for hours.
I know. Anything in short order?
Star Wars Rogue One looks amazing. If you haven't watched the Celebration trailer, check it out. Because Warwick Davis. Always a good name to drop. If you're playing Pokemon Go, choose Team Instinct. Otherwise, you're a loser. But most importantly...
Decatur's a big team Mystic city.
Yeah, it's a lot of Mystic and Valor going back and forth here, but I chose Instinct because I'm a troll.
Fair enough.
The world burn.
But more importantly, if you're playing Pokemon Go and you see other people playing Pokemon Go, say hi, let them know where you saw some rare stuff. Just have fun with the game. Teams don't matter that much.
That much, he says.
That much.
Also, Monster Hunter Generations on the 3DS. Go play it. It's fun if you like Monster Hunter. If you don't like Monster Hunter, it's garbage. Throw it away.
Fair enough.
And that's about all I got.
I guess I already got my last rant in, so. All right,
All right,
I
so-
did not prepare enough to be able to show up with any kind of foreign curse word, so we're not going to do that on this episode. Maybe next time. I make no promises.
Criticism is kind of a calling card for us.
We haven't really been that sweary today.
Yeah,
I
because
would
I'm tired.
I would put us at like cable television, not HBO levels.
We're like AMC after 8 p.m.
Yeah. Today, compared to
Yeah.
our first episode where we were literally at like Trailer Park Boy level of swearing.
I was high on painkillers. That's not my fault.
Right. Keep telling yourself that.
All right, so are we gonna call it then?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some dinner, and I gotta get some stuff ready for work tomorrow. So I'm done on my side. Are you done on your side?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Well then, in that case, I am Zach.
And I am also Zach.
Keep America strong. Go.
Keep America yellow. Go Instinct.
Why do I even try anymore?
You know you love me.
You know I do. Okay. Enjoy your time, fellows, and we'll see you next time. That's
Yeah,
a terrible
be safe, have
outro.
fun.
That's a terrible outro. You
Yeah.
know what? Fuck, shit, cunt, whore, bitch. Bye.